All the sweetness is left somewhere on the street, miles from where we seem to be.
Good day to you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for coming here for this second installment of our cooking efforts. Today what we're going to do is called flautas. Flutes in Spanish. It's also commonly referred to as fried tacos. The recipe is pretty straightforward. It's divided also in three parts. Just a second. In three parts. First part is the sauce, the salsa. Second part is the toppings. Third part are the tacos themselves. The ingredients. For the salsa, ripe tomatoes, as ripe as you can find them. Jalapeno peppers, now the pickled kind, the fresh kind. Onions, garlic. The toppings: tomato, lettuce, onions, sour cream, cheese. Most kinds are good. Mozzarella, cheddar. What we're rolling with today is feta cheese, which is excellent. And then the third part are the tacos themselves. Corn tortillas, a barbecue chicken. You could in theory cook the chicken yourself, but it's a bit of a hassle. If you can just buy the barbecue chicken already made, already cooked, it's gonna save you a heck of a lot of time, and it's just gonna make life easier because the recipe is pretty straightforward, but you know, it's a little bit tedious. Stick around. We're gonna do an entire walk around or walkthrough of the recipe with tips, how-tos, and everything, so that you know you can just get the ingredients and then nail the recipe from the first time you do it. And so that's it. Hello. Hey, how you doing? Oh, sorry, I'm just gonna draw my stuff here. Hey. Good to see you. Okay, so now we're here, and then the first thing that we're gonna do is the salsa. Two things about the salsa. First of all, you can technically buy it, and if you just buy it pre-packaged, it's okay, it's fine. If you make it yourself, you gotta pick the ingredients pretty carefully. I got some garlic, tomatoes here, onions, and some jalapeno peppers. The jalapeno peppers, they're not pickled, they're fresh peppers. A small comment about the ingredients: they have to be as ripe as possible. I got some tomatoes here, I don't know if you can see it, but they're kind of wrinkly. Cutting our tomatoes here. We want to get them in big halves, and then we're just going to put them aside. And then we're down to the jalapeno pepper. At home, here, you cut out the stem and you cut it alongside. And then there's something important that I want to mention. All the hotness of the jalapeno pepper is concentrated in the seeds and in the white part, in the white vein in the middle. Just for the sake of it, I'm going to do an unspicy jalapeno. Basically, you come here and then usually you just go scrape off the seeds from this as much as you can, and then there you go. Hey, hold on just a bit more. It's not that easy. There you go. And okay, so at this point you've removed a lot of the spiciness from the jalapeno, and then you still got another choice. Do you want to keep this vein here, this white vein running along? If you keep it, it's going to be a bit spicier. If you remove it, it's not going to be spicy. You still get to keep the taste of the jalapeno, but if you remove it, there you go, you're not going to kill your guests or anything. And then at that point, you got this, and you can make your salsa with it. You just chop it in little pieces, right? And then you can make your salsa. It's going to have the taste of a salsa. It's just not going to be as spicy. And then, I mean, obviously the other option is if you're like, you know, you really want to go hardcore, then you got your jalapeno peppers, and then you just sort of slam them down, and then you just, you know, you put the whole thing in. So that's the other way of making it. But for now, we got our hot oil, we got our pan, and then we're just gonna go and basically throw in our tomatoes first in here. And then you gotta back up, and you gotta be careful a little bit. So you wanna have them facing down at first, and you just want them, you're probably saying, well, I don't know, it's kind of big chunks, but it's okay. And then let's get the pan on also because it's kind of At this point, you see they're getting kind of black here. You might want to go and help them a little bit, and just with the wooden spoon again, always use the wooden spoon. Just squash them a little bit, and then just careful when you squat them, water comes out, and you know there's oil, so it might come out splashing a little bit. But there you go, and then you can sort of turn them again. Ideally, you want to have with the peel facing outwards and the inside facing downwards.
So we actually changed the cameraman, as
This
you
is
know.
No, no.
this is Howie, and he's directing these. Well, he's been directing the first show and the second show, and he's just sort of sipping beer right now. So we got some. Come close. Come. I have to do some explanation. Are you filming or not filming?
Okay.
If you take the camera, you got to stand up to the job, okay? Because this guy's been doing a pretty good job. All right, so we got our tomatoes here. You see?
Come in.
You see, you got the camera. It's very soft. And the one key thing I want to explain is that I'm gonna turn on this just for a second. The one key thing I want to explain is that the color has started to change a little bit. You see, it was kind of red, and then it's got a little bit like orange, and that means usually the tomatoes are ready. So I'm just gonna take them off the fire right now. I'm just gonna take them off the fire and put them aside. There you go. And I'm gonna put the pan back on the fire, and I'm gonna put a bit of oil in it. There you go. At that time, it's still hot. So there you go. One. So we're just frying basically the onions, the garlic, and the jalapenos all together. We got the fire on max. We have it aside, and then we're just gonna put them back in. You can hear the sizzle here. And now from here, we just fry everything together. Looking at this is the salsa before it actually turns into salsa. And then we're just gonna go here and put it in a blender. So you just gotta be very careful as you're putting it in. Always, some of it is going to fall off. And then there you go, we're putting most in, and there you go. And then next step is pretty straightforward. What you want to do with your pan actually, you put it back on the fire, and then you still put it on high, because we're not done with the pan yet. And there we go. So we put the blender in, we got the cover on, and then this, and then we're just gonna Okay, at that point you're probably wondering, my God, how much frying is this guy gonna keep doing? For the salsa, just one last time. So you got your hot oil here, and the fire is on, and then you got your salsa, and then there you go. Just for one last time, you put it in, and you see the color right now. It's orange. That means that you did your job. If you wouldn't have let the tomatoes fry in there, cook for enough time, they would be red. The salsa would be a little bit red. But this is really the absolute color that you do want to have. When you see a salsa that is orange, borderline yellow, like I said, you know that the guy who made it or the girl who made it has done her job. So we're just doing one last frying of this salsa. We're just gonna get the stem out, and then get this guy out. There you go. And then what you want to do is you want to cut it up in slices.